number one worst Mohanlal movie, according to me, is Alexander the Great. It is directed by Murali Nagavalli. So it's loosely based on Hollywood classic Rain Man, which Rain Man starred Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman, and they remade the movie in Malayalam with Mohanlal, and Mohanlal in the role that Dustin Hoffman played. My God, that movie horrified me for all the right and wrong reasons. Because first thing, Mohanlal. Second thing, Rain Man. These are my two favorite things. And to just completely go wrong with the whole, setting and acting and direction, it just horrified me. I was not heartbroken, I was just horrified. I mean, if you're touching Rain Man, I mean, yes, I'm guessing Mohanlal is actually a good actor to do it, but again, direct him well. He's a wonderful actor. He's a class 1 actor. And to just go completely wrong with that story, and you had Mohanlal on board, and you completely just ruined completely. I will not blame Mohanlal here, because see, he's a wonderful actor. I'll always give it to the director who just didn't direct him well. The movie was just a bad adaptation of Rain Man, and Mohanlal was just so awful. As a hardcore Mohanlal fan, to see him just do എന്തൊക്കെയോ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു അങ്ങേര് അതിനകത്ത്. And I was just like after every scene I was just horrified, because I have watched Rain Man and I love that movie, and to just see this Malayalam filmmaker completely decimating it when it comes to adaptation, direction, and just getting the worst out of Mohanlal. I genuinely thought I'll never see a bad Mohanlal movie until that time, until I watched Alexander the Great.
The fact is, let's put it this way, right? It was just weird what they went with. The director, he saw what Mohanlal was doing, and he thought, you know what, hey, what you're doing is okay. So, look, unfortunately, ഇപ്പോൾ ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള സിനിമകൾ ഇത് ഫെയിലിയർ ആകുമ്പോൾ, no, see, even we are discussing it on what basis? Oh, it's a Mohanlal's bad movie, right? Even though we acknowledge that, മോഹൻലാലിന് തെറ്റൊന്നുമില്ല, ഡയറക്ടർ ഓക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു, ഒരു പ്രൊഡ്യൂസറും ഓക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു, ഒരു റൈറ്ററും ഓക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു, പലരും ഓക്കെ പറഞ്ഞൊരു കാര്യമാണ് മോഹൻലാൽ ചെയ്തത്. സോ ആരൊക്കെയോ ചെയ്ത തെറ്റിന് മോഹൻലാൽ താങ്ങണം.
Because I'm sure, because they're selling the movie basis on his face, his name and face.
Exactly. So that responsibility will not go away. He made a creative choice, right? The director should have been the quality check guy who should have been like, അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യണ്ട, നമുക്കൊന്ന് മീറ്റർ മാറ്റി പിടിച്ചാലോ, like that. He should have done that. I have picked one which is very recent. This movie, when it came out, everyone was like, oh, you know what, it's such a nice movie, such a feel-good movie. It had a good, decent run also in box office. So, the movie I'm talking about is Hridayapoorvam.
I didn't like this movie either.
The quick story is this. Mohanlal has to get a heart transplant. He has been provided with a nurse, and then the story goes on to the person who gave that heart. His daughter reaches out to him. One after the other events start. She's be like, hey, you should come for some function. My dad's friends, whatever, are all there. And so one thing leads to another. He goes to Pune, then he meets with this donor's wife. Honestly, Satyan Andikad and Mohanlal, they have made some amazing movies. They made some iconic movies, and honestly, I don't understand what they were doing with this movie. Dude, I don't understand what this movie was about. എന്നിട്ട് for no reason climaxil ഒരു ഫൈറ്റ്.
Oh yeah, I had forgotten about that.
സത്യമായിട്ടും ഒരു തലയും വാലും ഇല്ലാത്ത പടം. Now it's just എന്തൊക്കെയോ എവിടേക്കോ സംഭവിക്കുന്നു. That's it.
I think it kind of worked because everybody was like, oh, this is Satyan Andikad, Mohanlal. So, they just like,
nostalgic factor.
Yeah, that nostalgic factor. Also, he's a heart transplant patient. I don't know how easy it is for a transplant patient to just move around like that. I'm not, if you actually maybe talk to doctors, you'll know what is the real.
apparently this doctor, I forgot who the doctor is, അങ്ങേരെ എവിടെയോ വന്നിട്ട് ന്യൂസിലോ ആയിരിക്കോ റിപ്പോർട്ടേഴ്സിൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞു, ലൈക്ക് മൂവീസ് ഇൻ ജനറൽ ഡോണ്ട് പോർട്രേ മെഡിക്കൽ സിറ്റുവേഷൻസ്, ഫാക്ട്സ്, കണ്ടീഷൻസ് ഇൻ ദ പ്രോപ്പർ വേ. ആൻഡ് ഹീ പോയിന്റഡ് ഔട്ട് ആസ് എൻ എക്സാമ്പിൾ വാസ് ഹൃദയപൂർവം. ഈസ് ലൈക്ക് ഹാർട്ട് ട്രാൻസ്പ്ലാന്റ് കിട്ടിയ ആളൊന്നും അങ്ങനെയൊന്നും മൂവ് ചെയ്യില്ല, അങ്ങനെയൊന്നും യുനോ come on, they are not going to do like this, right? But over there my point was this: look, as long as you're not making like 100% grounded realistic movie, right, where everything is happening as per how it would happen in life, I think you can take some creative liberties. Because face the fact, how many movies we have seen where the hero chases the heroine to the airport? Do you really think with the way our airports are functioning right now, somebody can run through like that? Like he'll be dude tackled down.
Forget tackled. CRP will shoot him.
Exactly. So creative liberty is fine. അതിലൊന്നും എനിക്ക് ഒരു ഇഷ്യൂ ഒന്നും തോന്നിയിട്ടില്ല. But apart from that, dude, this movie was...
I didn't hate this movie, but I don't think I liked it also. So it's just middle for me.
And more importantly, this movie made like ഒരു 70-80 കോടി. And I'm like, what the hell, man? എന്തൊക്കെ പടങ്ങൾ എങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ പൈസ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നത്? ഇവിടെ മനുഷ്യൻ കിടന്ന് നെട്ടോട്ടോടെയാണ്. അപ്പോഴാണ് വെറുതെ കുറെ പടങ്ങൾ ഇങ്ങനെ കുറെ പൈസ ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത്. I got reminded of this movie recently when I saw the movie Sarvam Maya. So the movie I'm talking about came out in 2004. It's called Vismayathumbathu, and I believe this was like the second or third movie something of Nayanthara. Here's the thing about the movie. The movie is based on a novel called If Only It Were True by Mark Levi. So this book came out in 1999. The original was in French. The English translation came out in the following year. Since then, it has been adapted to quite a few movies. Vismayathumbathu was in 2004. 2005, there was a Hollywood movie called Just Like Heaven, starring Mark Ruffalo and Reese Witherspoon. And 2006, a Bollywood movie also came out based on the story called I See You. It stars Arjun Rampal. I haven't seen the Bollywood movie. I have seen Vismayathumbathu and I have seen Just Like Heaven. You see, the Hollywood movie, they made it like a very feel-good rom-com. You know, typical the 2000s rom-com. It was just made like that. And honestly, that story fit so well into that tone. Now cut to Vismayathumbathu. Vismayathumbathu, they made it like sort of this fantasy suspense movie. The basic story is this: like Mohanlal, he happens to befriend a woman, and turns out only he can see her, and she is like, why is that no one else can see me? And then they're basically trying to backtrack and find out what happened with her and all that. Problem is that movie, they treated it
Very serious.
yeah, almost very serious. Honestly, Fasil could have done this in a very light-hearted way.
I remember when this movie was coming out, so a lot of interviews and all, they're like, oh, it's Manichitra Thare, but in reverse. I'm like, how?
No, this is nowhere remotely close to Manichitra Thar in terms of story, in terms of even quality, none of it. This movie, I don't know, my god, the whole the climax scene where
What acting?
ഈ ആത്മാവും ശരീരവും കൂടെ ഒന്നിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സീനൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. എന്തോ
I know what
what
word
they
you
were
were trying to say, but you can't say it because
yeah. ഞാൻ ഈ ഒരു കാര്യം പറയാം. ഈ പ്രേത സിനിമയിൽ വെളിച്ചപ്പാടുണ്ടല്ലേ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഈ മന്ത്രം ചെയ്യുന്ന സ്വാമിമാര് ആത്മാവിനെ വെളിയിലിറക്കാനാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഇത് നേരെ ഉൾട്ടാണ്, ആത്മാവിനെ തിരിച്ചു കയറ്റാൻ.
അങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടോ ഈ സിനിമയില്? എനിക്ക് ഓർമ്മയില്ല.
You know what? Just based on alone that scene, if you know the interview, whoever said that comment like this is Manichitra Thar in reverse, yeah. This is reverse Summer Palace, Agashaganga. Like pick any 2000s those Malayalam Yakshi movies, Vismayathumbathu would be the reverse.
My next movie is Kilichundan Mambazham, which is one of the many Mohanlal Priyadarshan ventures. I genuinely think that movie is a freaking avial. കുറെ സാധനമുണ്ട്, ഒന്നും മനസ്സിലാവുന്നില്ല എന്തൊക്കെയാണെന്ന്. കുറെ സ്റ്റോറി, അതിനകത്ത് കുറെ സ്റ്റോറി, കുറെ പ്ലോട്ട് ലൈൻ. and it's just all over the place. Also, please have age appropriate casting. You have Seema as Mohanlal's mother. I am sorry. Mohanlal and Seema, I think atra age difference illa thonu. I think she must have come like maybe 5-6 years before. Kilichundan Mambazham, I remember watching the movie, and it is the first time I realized Priyadarshan has lost it. He cannot do comedy anymore. The comedy was loud. There were so many mishaps in the movie which I could point it out. See, the movie is supposed to be about people in Malabar side, because supposedly Muslim Malabar people have a different accent. But the Hindus in the movie talk Ernakulam Trivandrum Malayalam.
അത് ശരിയാ. അതാ ഇങ്ങള് ചെയ്യുന്ന പണിയൊന്നും ഏക്കാത്തത്.
ആര് പറഞ്ഞു ഏക്കണില്ല എന്ന്? വല്യപ്പ പിന്നെ വന്നുവോ? ഇല്ലല്ലോ.
How is that possible? Everybody in Malabar area have one accent, include that is Hindus, Muslims, and Christians. Nobody has different accents, and that overemphasis of that accent, and Mohanlal trying so much to do that accent and just failing it royally in it. I think the only actor in that movie who was somehow convincing as someone who is from Malabar side is Srinivasan, because he is from Kannur.
നമ്മള് കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല, കാണാത്തത് ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് നമ്മൾ വിശ്വസിക്കൂല. നിങ്ങൾ ദുബായ് കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഇല്ല. അപ്പൊ ദുബായ് ഇല്ലേ? എന്താണ് വിളിക്കുന്നത്?
അപ്പോ അങ്ങേരുടെ അത്ര was not, pinching me as much as it was Mohanlal, because Mohanlal, first thing, it was not a age appropriate role allayirunnu for Mohanlal, for him to be playing Paingili romance. I'm like, please do age appropriate roles. I had so much issue with the casting of the movie. There is literally everybody in this movie. There's Srinivasan, there's Jagdish Kumar, there is Cochin Anifa, there is Salim Kumar is there, there is I forgot the actress's name. Soundarya, there is Tilagan, there is Seema, there is Ganesh, Sukumari, and I am all like, what are you trying to attempt?
A lot of Priyadarshan movies are like that, no? Like so much aware of so many stories are going on, and
but you know what? Those screenplays, if you see, you can have like multiple plot lines, but if your screenplay is able to connect the dots everywhere, then ആ ഡയറക്ഷൻ ചെയ്യാൻ അത് ഈസി ആയിരിക്കും. ഇത് എന്തൊക്കെയോ എല്ലായിടത്തും എന്തൊക്കെയോ നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. In between there is a murder mystery. They're trying to find out why one character died. I'm like, what's happening? And also it is one of the worst representation of Muslim Malayalis.
ഇതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാല് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു ഇപ്പോഴൊന്നുമില്ല, നോട്ട് ജസ്റ്റ് വിത്ത് പ്രിയദർശൻ, കുറേ വർഷമായിട്ട് മലയാളം സിനിമയിലുള്ള ഒരു കോമൺ ട്രൂപ്പ് ആയിരുന്നല്ലോ, ദേ അറ്റാച്ച്ഡ് ആക്സെന്റ് to a particular religion as opposed to from a area. പ്രിയദർശനെ മാത്രം തെറ്റു പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. കുറേ വർഷമായിട്ട് മലയാളം സിനിമയിലുള്ള മുസ്ലിം ക്യാരക്ടേഴ്സ് ഷുഡ് സ്പീക്ക് ലൈക്ക് ഹൗ മാമുക്കോയ സ്പീക്ക്. But Mamukoya, the problem was that was his accent.
Yeah.
That was how he spoke. And there are movies which he did a little bit of different accents, but mostly that was him because he's from that side of Kerala.
എന്റെ അദ്ദുക്ക നിങ്ങൾ ഇതിനകത്ത് മഹർഷിയ അല്ലാതെ മുസ്ലിയാരല്ല. മാപ്പിള ഭാഷ പറഞ്ഞ് നാടൻ പറഞ്ഞ് കൊളാക്കരുത് കേട്ടോ.
കുമാര, അനക്ക് ഇതായാലും കുറച്ച് വർഗീയത കൂടുതലുണ്ട്. മലബാറിൽ ഏത് മഹർഷി ജനിച്ചാലും ഇങ്ങനെ പറയുള്ളൂ.
ബട്ട് എപ്പോഴും അത് എല്ലാവരുടെ തലയിലും അതങ്ങ് ഫിറ്റായി. ലൈക്ക്, ഓ, മുസ്ലിംസ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ സംസാരിക്കണം, ക്രിസ്ത്യൻസ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു കോട്ടയം ആക്സെന്റ്, ഇരിഞ്ഞാലക്കുട ആക്സെന്റ്, ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്. സോ ലൈക്ക് ദെൻ, like why? When did accents start getting co-opted by certain religion? I don't know.
Mohanlal was a complete misfit in Kilichundan Mambazham because Mohanlal cannot pull off a Malabar character. He just cannot. And that is where I lost it. I remember the movie was loud. The comedy was so loud. It bothered me so much. Also, they did not specify what era the movie is set in. Adu manasilavunnillairunnu. Like, is it current era, or if it is like few 10-20 years before.
It's a 2008 movie called Kumaran. So,
But why do you not like Mohanlal in this?
see, the problem was, first thing is, Mohanlal's some movies around that time, it had the same template. Mohanlalne തെറ്റിദ്ധരിക്കും, Mohanlal is misunderstood for something, and then towards the end everybody, oh, turns out he was a nice guy. This trope was exhausted out, okay, for a very long time. And pinne nu paranjal I think like how you mentioned about Kilichundan Mambazham, no, how Mohanlal was like a miscast, like not that age appropriate. Again, the romance thing doesn't help, okay, but it's just annoying kind of a movie. കൊള്ളാവോന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ കൊള്ളത്തില്ല, അലമ്പാണെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ അലമ്പുമല്ല.
My next movie is I think that also released in the year 2008, and it is directed by B. Unnikrishnan, and the name of the movie is Madambi. Also, this movie also has a trope which you talk about, that he's like a misunderstood character, and in the end turns out he's actually the nice guy. And that trope which was used in Lalettan also, I think somehow Lalettan worked, so they tried to copy paste that in a lot of family dramas like that, where Mohanlal is this well-known person in this small town, this small village, but he's also kind of misunderstood, and things go wrong for a while, and then suddenly everything just works out in the end, and there are like a lot of villains who try to create misunderstanding between him and his family members. And at this point, Mohanlal in this movie Madambi looked so done and dusted, which is so rare for an actor who has done so many different kind of roles, but because he was stuck in a rut, and this movie just felt like every other movie I had seen before that, and he just feels out of touch in this movie. And he's this miser, money lender, who is seen as someone like he doesn't care about his mother, he doesn't care for his brother, and he never had a good relationship with the father who had left them. And then in the end you come to know why he does not like his father and what had actually happened. It's just that same trope.
ഇതിലോട്ടൊക്കെ വരുമ്പോൾ ഇങ്ങനെ കുറേ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരേ അച്ചിൽ വാർത്ത കണക്ക് കുറേ സിനിമകൾ.
I give you Army movie of Mohanlal, which again released in the year 2008, and it's called Kurukshethra, which is a sequel of Kirti Chakra, directed by Major Ravi. And Kurukshethra is, it's a fictionalized version of the 1999 Kargil War, and my god,
ഞാൻ അങ്ങേരെ ഒരു പടങ്ങളും കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല. ഞാൻ കീർത്തി ചക്രയും കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല, കുരുക്ഷേത്രയും കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല, മിഷൻ 90 ഡേയ്സ് കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല.
that movie is highly dramatized, and like his other movies, Mohanlal is just sleepwalking through it, just delivering high powered patriotic dialogues about India, naad, ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഞങ്ങളുടെ country, idu adu, and just hyper version of what 99 Kargil exactly was. Major Ravi just goes like one notch, 100 notch up, and Mohanlal is just there. And also, I'm not trying to body shame anybody here. You know why Mammootty was a right choice for as a military officer in Megam? Because he looked like a military officer. He had like a proper body and stature for that. But if you give me Mohanlal and tell me that you climbed uphill and we captured Kargil Hill, especially for movies made by an ex-army man, please give me realism. I don't want exaggerated version. Lakshya had Amitabh Bachchan, Lakshya had Amrish Puri as well. As Amitabh Bachchan was Hrithik Roshan's superior officer, and Amrish Puri is Amitabh Bachchan's superior officers. Dude, all three of them looked in shape for military officers of different ages.
Vinayan had a movie called War and Love. പച്ചവെള്ളം പോലെ ടെററിസ്റ്റുകൾ മലയാളം സംസാരിക്കും.
Also Malayali talking Urdu.
So I suppose no one was aiming for like hey, let's keep it like realistic. No, all of them are banking on, okay, we are having Mohanlal, let's make him do this. Again and again we are emphasizing the point is this, like it is not his problem, it is whoever gets him, how they utilize him. Because Kala Pani, that movie, when he delivers lines on patriotism about India and all that,
you feel it.
Yeah, you feel it. It comes from a much more honest,
deeper sense
of what he, and it's like it looks like as if he means what he's saying.